just to the Middle East, but also to the United States, then that, as far as Obama is concerned, makes it a target.
ISIL is a terrorist organization, pure and simple, and it has no vision other than the slaughter of all who stand in its way. Our objective is clear. We will degrade and ultimately destroy ISIL through a comprehensive and sustained counterterrorism strategy.
So that's the objective. In terms of the details, that was left to administration officials to flesh out for journalists. One issue would be, for example, America's plan to equip and train vetted Syrian rebel groups in camps inside of Saudi Arabia. And another one would potentially entail airstrikes taking place on Islamic State targets inside of Syria. Guy?
In terms of the political backdrop to this, what does it look like in the United States, both in terms of what's happening on Capitol Hill and probably as importantly, what's happening on Main Street?
Look, I think understandably Americans aren't necessarily that keen on foreign campaigns, let's call them, in the wake of what happened in Iraq last time around. But there is a majority of respondents that support airstrikes on Islamic State in Iraq or potentially in Syria. And I suppose one of the big reasons, which was emphasized by Obama in his speech last night, was that there will be no US boots on the ground.
But I want the American people to understand how this effort will be different from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. It will not involve American combat troops fighting on foreign soil.
Of course, the big unanswered question here, Guy, is what happens if and when Islamic State is destroyed and degraded, to use Obama's words? Will America stay around to support those vetted Syrian rebel groups in their fight against Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, or will they just pack their bags and go home?
Yeah, interesting questions. A lot of questions still to be answered on this one. Elliot, thank you very much indeed. Our Middle East editor, Elliot Gotkine.